Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Fight for here and declare your independence with me, Ernest Hancock from Phoenix, Arizona, in the beautiful studios of Freedom's with an S, freedomsphoenix.com. We got all kinds of goodies for you. Go check it out every day, all day. You know, we probably have 50, 60, 70 headlines a day. I mean, it's like overwhelming, stuff. Have a wide variety of stuff, a lot of authors, a lot of writers, a lot of submitters, but, you get a bead. Get a beat on what's going on. Well, we'll get the Thomas Woods thing here in a little bit, and that'll be a good segue into our guest at the top of the hour talking about the banks are done, man. Done. Well, I want to go ahead and get this Pat Robertson thing in because it's just so indicative, of what's coming. This is just how these guys roll. Here we go.
He's tough on crime, lock him up, and that's the way these guys ran, and they got elected. But that wasn't the answer.
It really isn't working. And
oh man, these guys! I'm going to go ahead and redo this because I want to see. It's really short. It should just play. We got internet problems here. Let's see if we can do it again.
Crime, tough on crime, lock them up, and that's the way these guys ran, and they got elected.
Matt, they don't want you to hear it. This is what is going on. Pat Robertson goes up and says, a lot of this is they have Christian ministries inside the prisons. They're finding that, from decades. I mean, how long did it take? How long do you have to do this? How many people do you have to run through the gauntlet of people that want to minister to people in the prisons? They go up and they say, hey, I love you, brother. I love you. I want to help you. I want you to be, I want all good for you. Why are you here? I had a joint. Oh, so you come in as a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, and you come out as a hardened criminal. You think they don't see this? Well, it starts putting a lot of pressure on them. And it starts, a lot of people, I'm bypassing. You have a whole nother generation coming up with understanding that, this is just not working. This drug war thing, but they used it as a moral issue. We have to legislate how you live your life. Well, they don't use a base understanding of what is and is not good. They base good on whatever some legislator did. That is bad because your betters has made it illegal. You can't do that. It's bad because they said it's bad. Bad. Okay, why is it bad? Don't care. I don't want to hear about it. And you hear this kind of stuff all the time. What's the new one? And for the exact same reasons that you have Christian Broadcast Network. Let me tell you what this is prepping for. They're going to start decriminalizing marijuana at a federal level because it's happening all over the states already. They know the people. They're going to have to get behind this. You're going to have, Tea Party people are going to be voting all of a sudden, but it won't be Dr. Paul's legislation. It'll be anybody else's. Now, maybe he'll get a little extra, credit for introducing. He always does, something. But they're going to come in. But is it just going to be decriminalizing, ragweed? Is it going to be decriminalizing, crabgrass? Is it going to be decriminalizing basil? I mean, is it going to be decriminalizing oregano? No. No. They're going to say, no, you have to have a permit, for this. You got to have a tax stamp. You got to have a plant. You got to, get permission for whatever. Oh, and by the way, it's got to go through the approved Philip Morris, we get to add chemicals to it thing. Yeah, you don't think so? Well, this is one thing that was of interest. You had the ability to grow marijuana before. I mean, a lot of people in the freedom movement know this stuff. During World War II, they were hammering for you to do it. We need it for the war effort. Okay. Well, who was against that? I'll tell you who was against it. It was one of the things. It was DuPont or Dow. I mean, they came up with nylon. You got competition for hemp rope, which is really cheap, and then you have a petroleum-based thing that, we need to, outlaw this. You got paper makers. You got, the wood industry, whatever industry that's always got some monopolistic ideas be in the back of their head and special interest, and we need to suppress this so we can maximize our profit here and whatever, and I got a legislator I need to give a couple of thou to. What happens when all this starts to crumble? It all goes away. Will it? How will it go away? What will be the reason that it goes away? It's going to come down to what it always comes down to. It's the economy, stupid. I remember in 1990 when they were gearing up for the election of 92, where you had Ross Perot, you had George Bush, and you had Clinton. During that time, what was happening? They were all, it was the economy, stupid. It's the economy, stupid. It's the economy. So what did Bush do? He raised taxes. Read my lips, no new taxes. Some of the older guys, you probably remember that. That's when a lot of Republicans, certainly here in Arizona, left and went to independent or even libertarian. The same kind of thing is already happening now. It is a cultural war. This is for how many minds can we free? I've been screaming this for 2 decades. And it doesn't, no, you got to get inside. If you're not inside, you're not going to be able to fix it. Well, now we're eliminating all the excuses. You replaced all the Democrats, get the Tea Party guys in there. Heck, we got even Ron Paul, overseeing the Fed. What's going to be an excuse then? Well, Dr. Paul, I think, really understands the power of the cultural shift, of education. That's why I've been very supportive of him being the mouthpiece for a lot of this, because he does such a great job and understands that is the generation next that's going to be the ones that make a difference on this. It's you. It's me. It is technology. It is the ability for us as individuals to be able to communicate peer-to-peer and survive while we're doing it. You can't do anything if you're standing in the bread line for 3 hours a day. Ask any Russian that's been around for 20 years. They go, look, I spend all my time just, wanting to feed myself. Well, that's why the Renaissance was such a big point in human history. Think about it. It overlapped with the warming of Europe. Heck, man, they're growing, vineyards in Great Britain. This is, France kind of moved north. They're doing wineries up there. When you had the production of food was not a major concern for as many millions, tens of millions of people, what were they able to do? They had more leisure. So then they gotta eat. So if they're eating well, then they, got extra time to do other stuff. Well, here comes the church. Oh, the church said, that extra money you got needs to go here. We need to build Notre Dame. We need the Sistine Chapel. We need to pay Michelangelo for putting some really nice frescoes up. All this art, all this wealth, all this money that went in, it's always a collective. Regardless of what your spiritual mindset is, what you believe, what's personally happening, is whatever spirituality I have, it wasn't somebody told me what happened. It's whatever you experience on your own. And, I wish I had more time to be more spiritual, to just sit and relax and quiet my mind. Because I there were years from about 19 to 22 in there, I didn't have a TV. I moved out. I didn't have a TV. I listened to classical music. I read a lot of books, and I had the best education in my life. Just reading. I wish I had more time to do that. So when somebody writes a book that I want to talk about, I have the author come on and we talk about it. But, I wish I had more time. If you have the time, devote it to feeding your mind. But what do you do it with? What's something that you would read? At the time, because I was getting hammered on so much, you got a Mormon missionary at your front door every other day. I finally decided, okay, I'm going to read this Bible thing. I had gone to church, on and off throughout my life and so on. I just, all right, fine, we're going to give it what for. I read the Bible straight through twice. King James Version, because I thought I might be missing something. Then I did the Good News Version, it's something easier to read. I got an understanding of what was going on. It's man trying to explain something, trying to learn. You can learn a lot from it, lots of history, but you got to go through it with an open mind and go, crap, truth, crap. I'm telling you, lots of history has been put down in a lot of works that you need to read. Feed your mind, feed your brain. And I tell you where a lot of it is, Austrian economics. But we're going to talk about bank foreclosures and how it's going to affect the banks when we come back in a little bit. I'm sorry I didn't get these clips in, the internet, man. Yeah, that's the way, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But we're here, and you stay right there. We'll be back in just a little bit after the top of the hour news.